December 15th. If you noticed, I've got my rocker glasses on. These are pretty cool. Oh, you could open beer. Look at this. You could open beer bottles with them. Yeah, that's real rock and roll, baby. Anyway, I'm doing an album spotlight, and this is a weird album. Okay, this album actually kind of introduced me to the band. Also, the first concert I ever saw. I think I was 15. Yeah. September at Madison Square Garden. Concert in the Round. Who would that band be? That band would be Yes. And I'm spotlighting this album, Drama. Now, this caused a lot of division when this album came out, because it was, Yes was a prog band, there's very long passages of songs, The album before this, Tomato, which for the longest time I thought was Tomato. Anyway, I don't know too much about that album. I mean, I've listened to it, but nonetheless, this is my first introduction to Yes. And I'm like, what do people hate about this? This album is almost like the gap between, you could see where everybody was going. They were fully embracing new wave electronic music, whether it was, Gary Newman, Depeche Mode, The Cure. All these bands were coming out around the time of this release. The Sound, another excellent band. Right here, man. Blondie, The Cars. They had that pop, new wave sound to it. But this is still a prog album. This is like the hybrid between, I would say, progressive rock and Depeche Mode. It's such a good album. I love this album. I listen to this album to this day. This is one of my top, probably 3 Yes albums, I'd have to say. Now, Yes is not big on my canon that I listen to, but this. Now, what was pivotal when this album came out was that the singer John Anderson and Rick Wakeman both left the band, the keyboardist. And they were replaced with Trevor Horn and Jeff Downs. Jeff Downs, who's still with the band today. Trevor Horn was from the Buggles. Singer for the Buggles. Great producer, produced many pretty significant albums during the 80s, even the 90s. But the Buggles, Video Killed the Radio Store. Yep, he joined the band, and I always thought, see, you got Machine Messiah. That's like over a 10-minute prog rock, synth heavy, really modern song. And then you got White Car, kind of a short song. Nonetheless, I love it. You got Does It Really Happen? Come on, that's an awesome rocker. Into the Lens, I think, was the one single that was released from this album. I am a camera. Cool song. Run Through the Light. Now, I thought that probably would have been a better single. That's just my favorite song on the album. And then you have that monster, Tempest Fugit. Man, the bass lines on that. This album, it's been remastered. This is the remastered version. Because it was a short album. I think it was like 36 minutes. Had 6 songs on it. The remasters got some tracking sessions, a couple of unreleased songs, a couple of single versions. Yeah, it's got like 3 previously unreleased. It's got a bunch of unreleased songs. Get this, the remastered version. But I saw them. They performed the concert around at Madison Square Garden. Blown away. At 15, I couldn't tell between Jeff Downs and John Anderson at that point. Just my mind wasn't there. But you still had Chris Squire. You still had what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? The guitarist. Steve Howe. You still have Chris Squire and Steve Howe and White, Alan White. So that's what they look like at the time. Can you see his little blurry? That was Mr. Buggles, Jeff Downs. Cool though. It's such a modern album, even sounded today, in my opinion. This is them when they were performing in that concert in the round. Now they played how to play a lot of original progressive songs. So this was a challenge to Jeff Downs. Trevor Horn. Why do I keep saying that? Trevor Horn, the singer. Jeff Downs was the new keyboard player. Who, like I said, still with the band today. But Trevor Horn. Fantastic. Yeah, I remember this is the inside cover. With them all there. That was the band at the time. Yes, like I was saying, this is my first introduction to Yes. Great cover, Roger Dean cover. I don't know what it is about this cover. Those panthers running towards a glacier. I don't think he was used on the prior two albums, Relayer or Tomato. And so it was a while before he had even done a cover for them. And it's not the typical Roger Dean cover, but it goes with the music. It's modern. Like I said, this album is the gap between, here's the full actual photo. Kind of cool. It's just a fantastic album. I can't say enough about this album. This album is definitely in my top 30 all-time favorite albums. I listen to it on a regular. And like I said, it's that gap album between progressiveness, the new romantic movement, new wave, whatever you want to call it. This album here, and you can see where they went with 90210. They wanted to progress as a band. Progressive, right? Progressive rock, you wouldn't need to progress. So they introduced a whole bunch of new sounds. And in my opinion, knocked it out of the park. It wasn't a big seller. I think it went gold in the U.S. I don't even think it broke the top 10 in the U.S. But still, fantastic album. So if you want a good listen, go get this. Yes, Drama.